Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to learn about AWS CLI. Here, we are going to learn what is AWS CLI and where we are going to use this CLI. Everything we are going to discuss in detail in this session. First of all, we just need to understand what do we mean by CLI. As you know, CLI stands for Command Line Interface. If I want to do my task with the help of Command Line Interface, I can be able to do that with the help of AWS CLI. Generally, we have two modes. GUI stands for Graphical User Interface and CLI. So if anything is visually appeared by using the option, we can do that. That will be called as GUI. Suppose if I want to do the same task with the help of commands, that will be called as CLI. Here AWS CLI is a tool which can be used to do the task with the help of command line. So how we can be able to execute my task or to do my task with the help of CLI, we can discuss in detail in this session. Like first of all, we just need to concentrate on how we can be able to integrate AWS CLI when you are using local machine or you are using server, and how to use the CLI to interact with AWS services, including like how we can be able to create the services by using the CLI, how we can be able to manage the services, and how we can be able to delete the services, everything. How to do the end-to-end process with the help of CLI, we can be able to look here. And what are the different types of commands which are used in the CLI, we're going to have a look here in this session. So quickly I'm going to show it to you some basic AWS commands here which we are going to perform in the AWS server as well. So quickly I'm going to log on into the AWS console. So right now I'm in the Northern Virginia region. Just click on the dashboard. So right now I'm in the EC2 dashboard. So right now I don't have any EC2 running servers. I'm going to create one EC2 server. So just click on launch instance and I'm going to name it as CLI and just select the Amazon mission image. So right now I'm going to select the Amazon Linux 2 because it is free tier eligible. So just click here and select the Amazon Linux 2, and as usual you can select instance type as t2.micro because of it is free tier eligible, and I'm going to select the key pair key 1, and I'm going to select the some public IP, that's okay, and I'm going to select allow all traffic, means here the server is going to allow all the traffic from anywhere across the world, and simply click on launch instance. So instead of integrating AWS CLI from my local server, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the EC2 server in the AWS. I'm integrating AWS CLI tool to that particular instance. So how I can be able to control the AWS resources from that mission, everything I'm going to show to you in detail. So just connect to the CLI server which you had created. Just click on connect and just click on connect. So then from the AWS console you will be able to connect to the server which you had created just now. So first of all, I just need to establish or provide the permissions. Suppose if I am going to execute the command from my local machine, it is going to manage the resources in the AWS service. How that will be able, how for that I need to provide some permission. So how we can be able to provide the permission, I'm going to show to you. Just log on into mission as a sudo -i. In order to do that, I'm going to create IAM service. So just click on IAM service here, because of without giving the proper permission through CLI, I can't be able to manage the resources in the AWS. First of all, I need to permission. So that's why right now I have one user. So I'm going to create the one more user. So just click on create user. The name of the user is CLI user. Okay, and I'm going to, if you want to provide the CLI user to log on into the AWS console as well, you just click here. Otherwise you can exclude, it is optional. If you click here, it is going to provide the access to this user, like CLI user, to log on via AWS console, means Here up to now I had made login into the using a root email ID. If I click here, the CLI user will be able to make console login, but right now it is not required because of I'm going to provide the programmatic access. So click on next. So just remove the space, CLI user, make underscore, okay. Just click on next, and here I'm going to copy permissions or attach permission directly. Suppose if you want to add this particular user to any group, you can add from here. Otherwise, if you want to copy the permissions from, suppose if you have any existing user, he has all kinds of such permissions. So whatever the permission that user have, you just want to copy the permissions from that particular user to the user which I'm going to create. You can use the option copy permission. But if you want to attach the policies directly, you can here. So right now I'm going to provide the administrator access. So means by providing the administrator access, he can be able to do anything over my AWS account. He can manage all the resources. So by attaching the administrator access, just click on next and click on create user. The user will be created. Once the CLI user has been created, what you need to done is you just need to go to security credentials. Here you have the access key 0. You just need to create the access keys. Just click on create access keys. So for which purpose you are going to create the access key, it is going to ask to you. So I am using for the CLI. So that's why you can select the CLI and just check mark it. Click on next, and it's optional. You can ignore. Otherwise, CLI user. Okay, click on create access view and just download the .csv file. It is going to download the credentials on your local machine. Okay, just have a look at it, just show. Fine. So I had created one user who had the administrator access. He can be able to do anything on my AWS server, means AWS service. So I just want to integrate here, because of assume this is your local mission. From this mission, you can be able to control all the resources in AWS through CLI. How that will be able? First of all, I need to integrate from this server. I'm going to get the permission. For that purpose, what I'm going to do is AWS configure, enter. So it is asking you to enter the access key. Just copy the access key here and paste here. Enter. It is asking you to enter the secret key. Where it is? Here it is a secret key. Just paste here. Enter. And it is asking you to enter the region. So under which region I had created? So I had created, I'm going to show to you, don't make confuse. So right now I'm in which region? So click on EC2 instance. So it is in the Northern Virginia region. Northern Virginia region means I'm going to show to you, don't worry. US-East-1. So here only I have the EC2 service CLI server. So US-East-1. So click here, US-East-1, enter. And it is asking you default output format. Here you can mention either JSON or table. I am going to mention table, enter. So if you type ls-al, here you can be able to see .aws. If you want to check the same, change directory to .tab, enter. So if you type ll here, you have two things. One is config and the second is credentials. If you open the config, what you have? Output is in the table format and the region is US-East-1. If you want to open the credentials, cat credentials, enter. Here it is going to show you the access key and the secret key. If you want to change it by editing this file, you can change the each and everything. If you want to change the region, if you want to change the output format table, if you want to change the access key, everything, if you want to change it, you can change from here. Okay, so successfully I had configured, and right now I can be able to access the AWS resources. Suppose for example, assume, so just click on the AWS console page. I'm going to show to each and everything option. So just click on S3 buckets. Right now, do you have any S3 buckets? Just click on general purpose buckets. Yes. Right now, I have one bucket. So from here, I can be able to view how many buckets are there in my AWS account. So just clear. So first of all, what you need to do? First of all, which cloud service provider you're using? AWS. This is the cloud service provider. And which service name you are actually looking for? I'm going to looking for S3 service. And here you just need to type simple sub commands. Suppose if I want to list the S3 buckets, here AWS S3 LS. Is it reflecting or not? Obviously it is reflecting. Right now I have only Elastic Beanstalk bucket in my account. It is going to replicate here or not? Means here I can be able from through AWS CLI, I can be able to view. And you have one more doubt. In order to integrate AWS CLI tool, did I need to download any kind of tool from internet? Yes. For suppose you are using some local mission, you need to integrate. So how that will be done? Just go to browser, AWS CLI download. Here, just go to documentation. You just need to select which you want. If you are using Linux mission, you are using Mac OS, or you are using Windows mission. So based on that, you need to execute this particular command. Suppose if it is Windows, you just need to execute these commands in order to install the CLI on your local missions. As I am using right now, the mission which has been created in the AWS. By default, it has the AWS CLI tool has been already installed. If you want to check the same, what is the command? AWS. The command is, I'm going to show to you, AWS -version. Is it going to reflect the AWS CLI version or not? Yes, it has been replicated. Because of the reason I hadn't installed any kind of tool here, because of it is inbuilt, because of this mission has been I had created in the AWS only. Fine. So I'm going to some basic commands. Suppose if I want to create the bucket, AWS the service is S3, MB stands for make bucket. I just want to create one bucket. So as you know, the bucket name should be unique. I'm going to make bucket 258 something random number. So if I execute this command, what will happen? It is going to create the S3 bucket with the name in my account. Enter. Make bucket. If you want to check the same, just go to here and refresh. Just make a refresh. Then are you able to see the bucket name? Last 522. So same, the 522. Yes. Suppose if I want to remove the bucket which I had created, so what is the command? So copy the same bucket name and here paste it and copy the entire command. Go to this, here paste, enter. Okay, unknown option. There is some issues going on. So because of that reason, it is not accepting. Just please make sure. So AWS S3 remove bucket S3, the exactly same. There is no deviation. So but anyway, we need to check. So where it has been. So again, I'm going to execute the same command. Paste here. Unknown bucket name. No. Here the bucket name has been already created. So the bucket is okay. I'm going to type manually. So where I'm going to do AWS S3 remove bucket. I'm going to make the S3 backslash S3 semicolon backslash. I'm going to make paste here. Yes. Here earlier, why it is not going to remove unknown option, because of here the space has been created. So between the backslash and the bucket, some space has been created. So because of that reason, it is not able to identify the bucket name. The space is also considered as a bucket name. So that's why it is not able to detect. So that's why the command has not been executed. Hope you guys got my point. So right now I'm going to create one file. Touch file one. Okay. So I'm going to create one bucket. Earlier what the bucket I had created, and the similar way I'm going to create one more bucket. The bucket name is this. I just want to copy the content, copy the file one which I had locally into the bucket. So by using the command AWS S3 CP file one to this bucket name. AWS S3 CP file one, paste. Okay, here you need to make it as S3 semicolon // then the file will be uploaded into this bucket. So if I want to check the same, just go to the buckets and open this bucket, then just refresh it, then you will be able to see the file one. Earlier I don't have any content. Right now from my local machine I had successfully uploaded file into this S3 bucket. So everything, I had created the bucket, I had removed the bucket, I had copied the content into the bucket. So everything I can be able to do from my thing, from the command line interface. Suppose, for example, if I want to copy folder name, so how I can be able to do that? So first of all, I need to create the folder. Folder is nothing but directory. mkdir dir1. If you type ll here, yes. Suppose if I want to execute the command is, this is one. So paste here, AWS S3, copy the folder name is, what is the folder name? dir1. And what is the bucket name? This is the bucket name. So bucket name is, so I'm going to copy the bucket name from here. Simple. Okay. So paste here. Enter. So it is going to throwing an error. So because of the reason --- recursive, so I had made, because of small error also it is not able to do. So here again it is showing to you AWS S3 copy directory1 S3 bucket. Okay, everything is okay, but it is denying. But okay, dot. Yes, just check whether it has been uploaded or not. So but it is not allowed, it is throwing some error. So maybe there is issue with this, so we will have a look on later. So in this way we can be able to do our task. Suppose my requirement has been changed, so I just want to describe the instances from the command line interface. How I can be able to do that? So CLI air clear and paste here, enter. Then all the data about your EC2 instance are going to display here. You can be able to check it each and everything. So what is the name of your EC2 instance and what are the properties which are holded by your EC2 instance? All those are going to replicate here. It is going to describe each and everything. like it is going to use the key one, it is using the instance type as T2 micro, and each CPU options, each and everything. Okay, and here if I want to describe the EC2 instance of particular instance IDs, so I am going to copy here CLE are clear and paste here. So hyphen instance ID. What is the instance ID? So if I want to check the instance ID, go back to AWS console. There, from there you can be redirected to the EC2 service. So just click on EC2. So you have the instance ID will be created. Once you have successfully created EC2 server, then the instance ID will be created. So what is the instance ID? I'm going to show it to you. Just a moment. Just click on the server, then scroll down. Scroll down here. Here, what is the instance ID? So this is the instance ID, the first thing. So here hyphen instance ID, paste. Yes. So in this way we can be able to check the, suppose I'm going to check, this is the command, I know. Okay, so just a moment, paste here, and hyphen instance ID is, so what is the instance ID? Just I'm going to copy it again and I'm going to paste here. Yes. Is it going to display the things, the same things? Suppose if you if suppose if you have multiple instances, by executing the first command, it is going to display all the contents of the all the EC2 servers. But if I want to display regarding particular server, I am going to use the thing. Like at the same time, if I want to if I want if I want to describe the, if I want to start, so here I am going to clear, paste, and the, what is the instance ID here, paste. So if I want to start the EC2 server, I can be able to do that. But if I, the mission is currently I have only one EC2 server. Currently I had logged into that particular server only, and it is in the running state only. If I want to stop this, from this you can be able to stop. Okay, either you can start the EC2 server, you can stop the EC2 server. How you want to manage your resources in your AWS, everything you can be able to control through AWS CLI. In the meanwhile, if you want to create any IAM service, like I'm going to show to you some of the services, but you can be able to control all the services which are available in the AWS by using the CLI. Suppose I am going to create the IAM user Sunil. So simply type here, paste here. AWS IAM create hyphen user hyphen username Sunil. So just check whether the username has been created or not. So go to IAM page. So it is not created. I think because of some reason is there. So create hyphen maybe there is some user hyphen user hyphen username, maybe Yes, I'm going to execute the sim. Maybe sometime there will be indentation errors. Because of that indentation errors, maybe you can't be able to run the command. So you just need to enter the correct command. Yes, it is not going to install. So I'm going to make some changes. Username. So maybe this is not the command. So I can be able AWS CLI command to create IAM user. So here you will get a lot of commands. So you just need, suppose if you don't know anything, simply you can copy and paste from internet. You just need to search here. So just come down, AWS. I'm going to copy this. So here CLE air clear and paste here. Sunil enter. So is it created or not? The user has been created. If you want to check the same, just refresh here. Yes, the Sunil has been successfully created. Suppose if you want to delete the same, so here instead of create user, you are going to delete user. Delete user. Yes, it is going to delete the user. So if you want to check the same, here you are just refreshing. It went off. So here in this way, I can be able to manage all the resources in the AWS cloud by using the command line interface. It is somewhat time consuming because of if you have some graphical user interface, it is quite easy, but while using the CLI, make sure you just need to enter the correct command in order to perform the specific tasks. Okay, hope you guys understood my session, and thank you so much guys for joining into my session, and please subscribe my channel, and please share with your colleagues or friends, whoever is learning towards the cloud technologies. That will be really helpful for them. And as usual, if you have any doubts or queries, just please post me on comment. Accordingly, I will revert to your queries whenever I am free. And at the same time, I am going to provide you the Google Classroom in order to provide the material to you, like whatever the content I am going to show to you, I am going to give the material to you for your reference purpose while you are performing your lab activity. So make sure you just need to ping if you have the requirement. Just please comment on the comment section your email ID. Accordingly, I will add you to the Google Classroom. Then you will be able to access the material regarding these sessions. Okay. And once again, thank you so much, guys, for joining and supporting me. Yeah, I will meet up you in the next session with a new topic. Until signing off, thank you. Bye bye.